All right, kids, you're rolling.
Make sure you use that part on the episode. Okay, kids, you're rolling.
I don't know.
Yeah, they like it.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
Hello, Felicia.
Hello, Marni.
We have our boy back.
Yay.
We have Lennon. He came up from camp and he's resting because that poor kid is exhausted. He doesn't know what hit him, but he had a great summer. And it's weird. Back to normally scheduled programming. So was I stressed about content viewing this morning and last night? A little, but I got done what I needed to get done. But you have a big night tonight.
Yes, there's
Tell us what's going on in Plainview.
All I know, because I don't pay attention, is there's a cocktail party, which we had to pay for, and food. Hopefully it's outdoors if there's no weather issue, and because it's beautiful outside, and liquor, wine, whatever.
But liquor you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Cash bar.
Well, it's everything's on our account.
Sure. Okay, cash bar.
Yeah.
And when you say cocktail party, are they serving dinner or like hors d'oeuvres?
I'm assuming hors d'oeuvres, which last time they were really good.
And and the worst is that she doesn't remember how much she paid for this.
I paid a while ago because you get closed out of these things very quickly.
How many people could go?
Well, they only have a limited, we're having a barbecue Labor Day. They have 450 people signed on.
Are you signed in?
I am.
Is that on Monday or the Sunday of Labor Day?
That is Saturday.
The weekend, okay.
Yeah, 31st, whatever that is.
Okay.
And they have some crazy rules and all that stuff. And it was $10. If I think it's awful, I'm going to leave.
For Labor Day. All right, but back to tonight's event. What are you wearing?
No, I'm a jean girl.
It's a cocktail party.
I don't care.
Are there going to be women like dressed in cocktail attire?
No, but there will be women decked in their glitzy. Some
Really?
Maybe.
Are
we'll
the women
see.
that are decked looking for men? Or are they usually the coupled women, like that with
Both.
husbands?
No, you're not. There's no man to look for in Country Point. They're either married or they're non-existent. Apparently, it's a singles woman's paradise with minus men. Whatever.
So that's the place to go if you're a lesbian. I mean, hands down. Think about
sure.
this. If
Okay.
we all become lesies, it would be amazing. Casey and I had a date night on Tuesday.
Oh, where'd you go?
So I didn't want to go out because I'm mama's tired. And I was just like, I just want to stay in bed and watch TV. And Casey's like, come on, last hurrah, let's do this. We did a big night of comedy. We went to the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, right.
First.
How was that?
Comedy Cellar was fine. Some comedians, they were fine. They were good.
Any well-known or?
None well-known.
Okay.
That was at 6:30.
Here's the thing. Don't say they were fine. I'm a little triggered.
Jesus, he chimes in.
I thought it was fantastic. Even mediocre comedy is still so fun. I would rather see a mediocre group of comedians than a mediocre group of musicians.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
Just
but
fun.
you know what was weird?
I'm not going to pick them apart. It was a Tuesday night.
Listen
at the
to
Comedy
me.
Cellar.
Listen to me. When the
I've just been
comedians-
hearing a little bit of criticism the last couple
when the
days about
comedians
this.
are slamming the audience, I was like,
Well, the audience
ugh.
sucked.
I
Like-
know, but you know who didn't suck? Casey and I. We should have been sat in that front row.
We were vocal.
We were
I don't
laughing.
like being in the front row because then
I
they
know.
get picked
I know.
on. They
Yeah,
ask
you
you
do get
questions.
picked on.
I just
We were
don't-
laughing.
I'm not the entertainment. Don't pick on me.
Is this your podcast?
It is now. God damn it.
Here's the thing. There was how many women? I mean, there was 2 women that performed and maybe 5 dudes. The women were the best.
Oh, good.
The women were great. But the best part of this night was, 6:30 Comedy Cellar, 9:30 Joe's Pub for Kyle Dunnigan performing a musical comedy with like a 6-piece band. My face hurt so hard.
From laughing?
From laughing.
Or smiling?
It was nonstop. Like he blew me away, which is why now I look back and I'm like, yeah, the comedians were fine. It was an amazing night.
And you're glad you went.
So glad
And
I
you're
went.
glad-
My husband pushed me to go.
Right.
So glad I went.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
I'm so glad my husband pushed me to go.
No, the part when you said I was right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
I have no problem admitting that you're right. You have a problem admitting I'm right. Now this is becoming a couples relationship
Well, you're
therapy
wrong.
podcast. He was fucking fantastic. He's got a following on Instagram. He used to work for Inside Amy Schumer. He's friends with Tig Notaro. He's in that whole circle. And side note, he used to date Jackie Tone.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually hit her up to confirm it. She did. Jackie Tone is also comedian, actress. She's singer. She was in Glow. A lot of people know her from Glow, but I grew up with her. So I thought that was really funny. So that was our week. And now let's get into some news. I've got breaking news that just got announced. This is good news. Guess who's hosting the Emmys?
Oh, who?
Just announced. Let's see if she could guess it. Father and son.
No, I don't know.
Yep, say it. I think
No,
you know it.
No, I don't.
No?
No.
Father, son.
Well, the
In
only
entertainment.
father's sons I know, most of the fathers have passed away since. So tell me, who?
Dan and Eugene Levy.
Oh, perfect.
Fucking perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's the duo we all need.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So excited about that.
Are
we so excited about that?
Yeah, that's great. I wish they were on the Oscars instead, instead of the Emmys.
Well, here's the thing. They're TV guys.
You're right. They are
Actually,
TV.
I mean, Eugene did movies.
Yeah, but
let them start with the Emmys.
and work their way up.
Yeah, and work their
Okay.
way up, and maybe then they'll get the Oscars. So excited about that. Did you hear what's in development on Broadway? The Greatest Showman.
Oh, I've been waiting
Finally.
for that. Finally.
Finally.
God, I hope you was in that, which I doubt if you will.
I doubt he will, but I bet you he will have some part in the production.
Oh, absolutely.
The consultation.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't see
Absolutely.
him just letting this go.
No, but I wonder who. Oh God, I can't wait. We have to see that right the minute it comes out.
The minute, you promise?
Yeah.
And we'll get tickets. And
gonna take-
Lennon, it's going to take years. It's in development.
Yeah, it's years.
Lennon's going to want to see that. But
Right.
by the time that comes out, Lennon's
might-
going to be in high school.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He might go ho hum no.
And I actually wanted to tell Lennon what's also in development because there was like a big Disney Plus summit announcing all the new things, showing trailers, all the new things. They also announced that they're developing an animated series based on Inside Out.
Oh,
And we know Lennon loves Inside Out.
feelings.
This one's for Casey. He actually told me about it, but then it was all in my research. Huey Lewis is set to star in a mockumentary style comedy for Fox, playing a fictionalized version of himself. Felicia doesn't give a fucking shit about Huey Lewis, Casey.
Did we go to Eisenhower Park?
Yes.
Oh, that was. Were you married yet, or no? Were you dating, or you were?
I think
like,
we were
engaged
married,
or whatever?
Casey, right? Did we discuss
know.
this
It
when
was
we
a while
discussed
ago.
Huey
I
Lewis?
don't remember. Oh God,
Casey has a love for Huey Lewis.
Yes, he does.
And I, through marriage, through relationship, have grown
to appreciate.
I'll say that appreciate. In fact, our wedding song was "Stuck with You" by Huey Lewis. We've seen him in concert. We saw his Broadway show that went nowhere.
You are now a newsie.
Yeah, I'm a newsie. So I love a good mockumentary. In fact, it reminds me of the new show, Mr. Throwback, which I'm going to talk about. But good for Huey. I will say,
They say it's going to be like Curb. They were pitching it like a Curb, but instead of being about a TV guy, it's about an aging musician that loses his hearing.
Because he's lost his
Yeah.
hearing.
Oh, he and I could get together and discuss that.
Is Huey
You
single?
wouldn't be able to hear each other, but you could talk about it.
Is Huey single? He's not
Probably
Korean.
happily married.
Also, Casey told me my hall pass is Huey Lewis.
Ugh.
I don't want my hall pass to
I
be
would not-
Huey. My
Ugh.
hall pass is Justin Thoreau, but that's fine. I'm just saying. Just saying, Casey. Vanderpump Villa, which I have not seen, is the most set up fake show ever on.
Well, how do you know if you
Peacock.
haven't seen it?
Because I know somebody that knew somebody that was on it.
Oh God.
Basically, it's Lisa Vanderpump saying that she's doing like a bed and breakfast style villa, but it's not open to the not anybody.
So it's only open to the
ca-
people she casted.
her people cast.
Right, her
So I have a friend that knew somebody that was casted on it. But what I
And they're all
wanted to say
beautiful
is
and young.
Stassi is joining the cast and she's securing a development deal for a new series called Stassi Says. Okay. So she's making her reality TV return. I'm a fan of Stassi. I think she was smart that she stayed off Vanderpump and that she didn't do the Valley. She's like, I don't want to be attached to those people.
I don't blame her.
So I respect
that was her
that.
smart move.
I respect it. I will say this. I would check it out. I would check out Vanderpump Villa because of her.
I wonder who anybody else in it that you know.
Just
Not
Lisa.
know. Oh, but there was no.
And she probably makes an appearance. Like
I'm
she has
sure
a
she
meal
does.
with the guests. That type of
yeah.
thing.
that she cooked, obviously.
Right, obviously. Kind of like with the Dorinda medley, she might do this,
About
the
her
manor. Yeah.
right. Bluestone
Bluestone Manor.
Yes.
Felicia getting it.
Bluestone. I always liked Dorinda. I still do.
I'm glad you do.
I do.
Do you remember the kid? He's not so much a kid, like the young adult who was in the Holdovers movie with Paul Giamatti.
Oh, the one that went on the road trip with him? Yes.
Dominic Sessa. He's in talks to star as Anthony Bourdain in Anthony Bourdain's biopic.
Well, he
called
can't be with Anthony Bourdain.
Mom. He would play Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, Hence the word biopic.
Title Tony. I would definitely watch that. Definitely could see it. I'm into that.
Don't know.
I
will wait for you to give me.
copy. I mean, that's also years down the line.
Right.
2 shows renewed that have been announced. The Traitors is renewed for season 4 and 5. And The Gentleman that we watched on Netflix by Guy Ritchie. Did you end up watching The Gentleman? I fucking loved it with Theo James from White Lotus.
I know who Theo James is.
It was so good. It got renewed.
Okay.
I think you told me Karen watched it.
Karen watches. Did she? I don't know. I know she's a big fan of The Traitors.
Well, that got renewed. Also, I have a listener named Larissa who asked for your thoughts on the closing ceremony of the Olympics.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I didn't watch the
That's
closing
what I thought.
ceremony. I only saw a second of Tom Cruise coming down. And I kept thinking when I saw his face coming down, obviously, it wasn't like a close-up. He looks so plastic. And like his face is, now again, I don't, that's coming down from wherever. And
Yeah.
it's a big drop. And maybe the wind was pushing his face back. I don't know. He just did not look like the Tom Cruise we all knew and loved.
Well, I also think when he's in the movies with the editing and the lighting, they could probably make him not look as plastic.
Well, so
I also only saw that bit.
Oh, okay.
So when she said that, I was like, let me put on the closing ceremonies. It was 2 hours too long. I started fast forwarding. I was like, no thanks. So I'm sorry, Larissa.
I find it boring.
I know. Did you hear about the whole Matthew Perry?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. What does ketamine do? It's one drug. I'm sorry. I don't know what that one is.
Well, they used to say like it puts you in like a K-hole, but it was used for him for treatment for depression. But what's so fucking crazy is, no, if it was when he went in for treatment and he was under supervision,
right,
then that was used properly. But the fact that like his assistant injected him with 27 shots in 5 days leading up to his death. And this is what's also crazy. The doctor that got him this ketamine charged Perry $2,000 for a vial that cost approximately $12. They were
just
ripping him off.
It's too bad that he was so out of it that he didn't figure that out.
There's evidence that he was spiraling out of control with his addiction. This party of people that they arrested knew. They knew what they were doing.
Yep. They just
they were taking advantage of him.
And then they ended up killing him.
Isn't this fucking crazy? The doctor texted, I wonder how much this moron will pay. Let's find out. So that's why they got arrested. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, it is.
So R.I.P. I mean, it's sad. Also, wow, Mom, there was a lot to cover. Another listener, another Jamie. I know a lot of Jamies, a lot of Jessicas, and a lot of Lindsays, and a lot of Emilys. Jamie, via a camp friend, Lennon's camp friend's mom, shout out, nod to Jamie K, said, you have to get this app. It's called Run P.
Yeah, you wrote that to me, and I said, I absolutely did not know what this meant.
I'm going to tell you. It's like you have to run and pee. Run.
I get that part, but
RUNPEE is the name of the app. It's amazing, and this is why she thinks you should get it. Because you said last week you had to go to the bathroom during It Ends With Us, and you didn't want to leave, right?
Right.
This app can help you and alerts you to scenes that are not vital. It lets you know how long you have and summarizes what you're gonna miss.
Truthfully, by reading all that, I would have been back and forth to the bathroom. Not an app for me. I can't even get onto WhatsApp, which my pool lady Karen really tried.
Why on earth do you need WhatsApp?
Because we thought I could use it when I'm away.
Oh.
But I know nothing, and I tried. We tried to. We with the help of everybody tried to download it.
I use WhatsApp.
Do you?
Yeah, I also used it when I was in Brazil. It's for traveling.
And it does not cost anything.
No. I could help you.
Okay.
Maybe. Why? Are you going to have cell phone service? You need cell phone service.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
I don't know. Then why do you need WhatsApp? WhatsApp is like, I used it in Brazil with people that I met in Brazil. Like I used it with my crew in Brazil because they can't call an American US line.
Right.
But there's really, I don't know if there's a point for you to get it unless you meet a Grecian man.
No,
and you need
they're too hairy.
Mom, these men, I'm sure they take care of that. They're too hairy? What if you just had a fling, like a one-nighter fling in Greece?
No, thank you.
It's a real shame, Phil.
I know.
So I think this Run P app, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a fun test. Also tells you, like for Deadpool, I got up and started walking away and nobody else left during the credits. I was like, oh, there must be another scene at the end.
And there was.
This app will tell you if there's going to be another scene.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get to uncircumcised gems of the week. So much to say. So much to say, so much. Sorry, that was a Dave Matthews throwback. So should we guess, did Felicia finish and start the 6 episodes that have been out for Emily in Paris?
What do you think?
Casey.
Started and finished. Are you going to do a little, what does he say?
I was going to.
It was
too
a
late.
quick, easy watch.
So came out literally like yesterday.
A second ago.
I started, I think I'm in episode 3. The next 5 come out on September 12th. What do you think?
It's a cute, enjoyable rom-com.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it is. The clothing, Paris, what could be bad? And the men, not so bad either. And, she's lovely. She's a cute girl.
Do you think Lily Collins looks thinner now than she did in previous seasons?
Hard to tell because her clothing was
I think
slightly
she's
different.
looking like bobbleheady. Like her head is like, I feel like, oh my God, she's getting thinner. I know this, I feel bad saying this because I think she has suffered from eating issues in the past
we don't
as
wanna
an
do a whole
actress.
body shaming thing.
No, but she felt really thin. I will say, I wrote this down. Best dressed character on the show, I think, is Sylvie, the boss.
Oh, but
She's classic as fuck.
I love Ashley.
Ashley Park.
She has such a voice.
But does she sing? Do you hear her sing on this? I haven't
I
gone to that
for
point.
a nanosecond, but I know she happens to be
she's a
great
Broadway-
singer.
she's a Broadway actress.
She's great. I think, I have to tell you, I think she's the takeaway. I mean, I think,
Wow.
I do. I think
Is it
she's
because
terrific when I
she's
see-
Asian?
Maybe, but I don't think so because she's obviously totally American. I mean, she doesn't have, I'm
Right.
assuming she was
But I do feel like you have like,
a fondness.
yeah.
Yes.
You have a
but
prejudice towards them. You just go straight to them.
But she looked great. She sings. I think her acting is great also. I loved her.
It's so funny because I'm watching this. I'm going, ugh. I also think Sylvie's the best actress on this show. She's a very famous French actress, the actress
is.
that
Yes,
plays
she
Sylvie.
is. She is.
And I love her wardrobe in this because it's
Appropriate for her age.
appropriate for her
and
age.
yet
It's
she looks-
practical, but
right?
it's so modern
It
and
is.
classy.
Yeah, it is.
Where the other girls are just so over the top and ridiculous.
Over the top. Like I kept thinking, who wears this in public?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I guess that's
Well,
how people may think of Carrie Bradshaw. Like who wears what she
which
was
I
wearing.
thought a lot about that also. But okay.
Sometimes I watch the show and I cringe a little with the acting. I'm like, ugh, this acting is not good. But I know that I'm going in and what I'm expecting. This is
Right.
just an enjoyable, light,
It's a light
half-hour
rom-com. It is a rom-com.
light show for the summer.
And who doesn't like looking at Paris?
Right. Who
You
doesn't
know,
like
Nights
looking at
of,
Paris?
and you get to see everything, and it's lovely.
So you'll watch the next 5 on September 12th.
Absolutely,
And do
yes.
you recommend the first part one? Great.
For those who enjoy seasons 1 through, was it 1 and 2? This is 3.
1,
or
2,
1,
3. This was
and
4.
4. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I love it. Another movie that dropped this week that I watched, I don't know if you finished it or started it, Instigators with Matt Damon and Casey Affleck on Apple TV, Felicia.
Okay, so I did start it, and then I thought it was just awful.
Wow. Awful?
Awful. I just didn't like the characters. I thought the whole premise is dumb. Now, true, I did not give it I did not finish it, so I know it's hard to. I'm waiting for someone to say, get through the beginning, you'll enjoy the second part.
No, I
Whatever.
think I was watching it going, my mom's going to hate this.
Oh, there you go.
Right, Casey? Did I say that? Possibly.
Well, do you agree with me?
I didn't think it was awful. I loved the cast. Loved the cast.
You know,
And
you know what my friend said?
Karen.
My bud.
I'm sorry. Karen won't be on this podcast. You can't mention her.
No,
if she's not coming on as a guest, I don't want to hear about it.
I'm going to say it anyway. Karen watched the first 40 minutes, and she too. And I didn't even discuss it with her, so it's not like I put something in her head. She called me up. She goes, "Did you watch it?" I go, 10, maybe 10, not even 10 minutes. She goes, "I gave it 40." So she and I have obviously, I don't know if it's an age. Again, sometimes it's an age thing. I don't know what the answer is, but it was.
I liked Ron Perlman, and I think Casey
I like
Affleck
it.
and Matt. It brought me back to like give me the Boston Boys.
I understand that.
It brought me back to a little bit of a Good Will Hunting. It just brought me back to that time.
Was Matt Damon a producer?
Matt and Ben produced
There you
it.
go. There you go.
And Casey Affleck was one of the writers.
Oh, good. Good. Okay.
Look, was it
More
an amazing
money,
movie? No. Was it a easy watch?
Yeah, it was probably an easy
I actually
watch.
thought, this may be really cool in the theaters during the car chase. There was some fucking crazy
God,
car
who would want
chase.
to pay for that? We're paying enough for streaming.
Oh, Felicia.
Well, not me paying
Felicia.
enough. My whole family's paying, not me.
Yeah, we're taking care of you, Fel.
Right, in my
oh
old
my
age.
God. You're too
7,000
funny.
streaming stations and nothing to watch.
Oh my God. Also on Apple TV, Bad Monkey. 2 episodes dropped with Vince Vaughn.
God. I couldn't even get through the first. It was awful. First of all,
It's not great. I will say this.
I do know my shit. You know, I hate. You know how I feel about.
I like Vince Vaughn. I love
Maybe
swingers.
it was the part he looked like such a snooze and a loser. I wanted to hit him and snap out of it.
So how much did you watch?
First of all, I put the first the one episode on, and halfway through I fell asleep. And this was not like and I can stay up till 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, I
you
know
that.
I know.
This one on the couch put me to sleep. I snapped back up and I went, I have no idea. It's awful. And I know I hated it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's not a chance I can go back and give it a shot. Unless you say to me, gee, Ma, go to the 3rd episode. It's much better. But it's not.
You know Natalie is in it. Garrett's friend Natalie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Garrett, our good
her.
friend Garrett, Natalie's in it. Garrett was on a show with Garrett back in the day. I've met Natalie a number of times, hung out with her. She's lovely.
Very nice. Very nice.
She looks great in this. But yeah, I feel like this show, whoever wrote this show wrote it with like Vince Vaughn in mind, because his dialect and everything he says and his delivery is so Vince Vaughn. Like, is it the character? I don't see this character. I see Vince Vaughn in this role.
Yes to both. The character sucks, and
When have you ever seen Vince Vaughn not be Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
He's like
he's his character sure.
he's one of those guys
Yeah.
that's just always
Yeah.
the
Same.
character.
But I enjoy that
like Danny
character.
McBride or people
Yeah.
like that. They're just
Yeah.
they only have one character.
That's true, and I don't mind that one character.
I just-
but
After like 3 decades, it's kind of like, all right, we get it.
Fair
You're Vince
enough.
Vaughn.
But do you think he's got like his hairline is
anything
like really
is,
pushed
yeah,
back?
Probably.
Casey, I need
but
you
he
to
just he doesn't
assess
do
his hair.
He just doesn't. Nah.
Look, I'm not like, ooh, I can't wait for the next episode. Like
What
I
has he
was
been in that you liked?
Wedding Crashers and Swingers. I also
Oh God,
all
that
the
goes back
rom-com
20,
shit that
30,
he's
that goes
done.
back 20 years.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Okay.
I don't know anything recent that he hasn't been in anything.
maybe
He was in Curb.
he did do Curb,
well.
and he was in a
And he was
season
Vince
of
Vaughn in Curb.
Did
right.
he play himself?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
and
go.
he was
He
in
didn't
a
play himself, but he
He
played,
did,
No, he
kind
did not
of.
play.
Oh.
He seems like he played himself because he only has one
Casey's
level.
really chiming
He's a
in.
one-hit wonder.
Got a lot to say this week.
And wasn't he in a season of True Detective? He was. I'm pretty sure he was. Can you please fact check that?
You mean he played one of the, you think he
Yeah.
played? Absolutely not. I'm Casey looked confused. I'm curious.
I'm curious,
We have
too.
our fact checker checking it out.
Vince Vaughn, True Detective.
Was he a detective?
Why was Vince Vaughn chosen for this role? Yeah, he was in True Detective.
Oh, season 2.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you,
Oh,
everybody.
season 2.
Thank
Oh.
you. In the beginning. Isn't that wild?
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not like I can't wait for the next episode like I am with Industry or I am for Presumed Innocence. Give me a show where I'm like, I can't wait to watch the next episode. This is not that show.
That is.
So, you know what, Mom? I don't know if I'm going to continue this. It's quirky. Do I really care what's going to happen? But it's one episode. Like, if they don't drop 6 episodes, it might be an easy watch if there's nothing on, but there's plenty on. So, I don't know.
Well,
like,
fall is starting. Not that means.
You know what
the whole thing changed anyway. I don't know if you remember years and years ago when they would announce before all the streaming.
I
and
know.
all, the big deal was all the new shows coming out
I
in
know.
September.
I know. It was like back to school, back to the shows.
Right. You know,
Oh,
you
I
knew a
know.
new season was. That doesn't happen anymore. Some shows are starting in
It does
October
on
now.
cable. I feel like it does. But I do feel like there's a lot more shows on right now, like happening currently. Like we have more TV shows to discuss now than we did like a month ago.
Oh, that's true.
We do.
Except
We
there's
do.
more reality shows
But talking about reality, I will say
and a lot of documentaries.
Love is Blind is so good compared to Bad Monkey. Love is Blind.
You know what?
Check this out.
There's a segue.
Check this out.
What I
She's hysterical.
when I heard the thing Bad Monkey, you don't know what I was thinking of.
What? Is it? What? You better not be saying something bad. Bad what?
No.
What?
I can't say it.
Look at her. Look at her, Casey.
I don't know. Casey's head's going to blow off. Slap the monkey.
What is that? What are you talking about? Into the mic.
I think it's the 90s slang for masturbation.
No,
What are you talking about? Slap the monkey.
it's like
slap the penis?
Yes, yes. I don't know where I heard that expression.
Oh, that's so funny. I never heard it.
I somewhere in my.
But it said it's an annoying fucking monkey, Miss Driggs or some shit like that.
Oh God.
So let me tell you what you should be watching, everybody. I don't know anybody that started Love Is Blind UK. Okay, UK. I was like, I loved Love Is Blind. I just really enjoyed last season. Let me just throw on the UK version. Everyone's attractive. Do I need the subtitles? Yes. I stayed up last night till like midnight, finishing all the episodes that are currently out. There's maybe 2 more episodes coming out next week. This show, Mom, comes out. It's like there's 3 phases.
That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, there's 3 phases. Okay, phase 1, they're in the pods. They're talking to people. They don't know what they look like. If you fall in love with somebody, you say, "Will you marry me?" Fine,
right away.
Like after days and days and days of speaking to each other, you have a connection. You may have a connection with more than one person. One guy liked 2 girls. He chose one. One girl liked 2 guys. She had to choose one. Okay, fine. The next phase, let's say in America, they went to Mexico. Okay, all the people that are that have been
connections
that the women said yes. Maybe it's 6 couples. Then they go to an island and they get this like honeymoony type of phase where they're now going to be together in person. Love Is Blind UK, they went to Greece.
Oh.
Corfu in Greece.
Corfu,
yep.
I think.
Beautiful.
Yes.
6 couples are in Greece. That's
Yes.
phase 2. Okay. The next phase is they put them in housing together, like a furnished apartment. Let's see what it's like.
To live together.
And you get your phones back. Now shit gets real because now you have your phones back. And they have like cocktail parties and drinks with the whole cast. So now Jason is seeing Charlotte, who he connected with but didn't choose. And he's like, oh shit, she's hot, you know?
Wrong choice. Right.
That happens. I really am so sucked into this. So sucked in, I took myself to the water cooler and I talked to myself about this show.
Your own water cooler you took yourself to?
I had water cooler talk.
With the water cooler?
Yeah, by myself. I was like, this is great water cooler conversation. I don't know anybody that's seen it.
Oh, you know what? You should have videotaped that.
Next time I will. If
Talking
you've
to the
watched
video.
Love Is Blind UK, hit me up. It's just as good as the last season of Love Is Blind US. I hope there's a reunion on this one. And once they get to the real world, they meet the families.
Right.
The UK version, you have parents, they have Muslim, Indian. It's like, it's a
everything.
real big roundness of the
I call
pot.
it a potpourri of people.
And it's beautiful. It was just people accepting. Oh my God, this one girl, she's adorable. Her name is Jasmine. She said to the guy that she's in love with, and this couple, you really think they're gonna make it. She said to the guy, I'm just telling you, my mom is like a detective. She's brutal. And this mother was like, she's my best friend. She tells me everything. There's no secrets. And this girl's mortified. It was brutal. The mom was hounding him. How are you going to take care of her? I can do this. This is ridiculous. Da, da, da. And he was just like,
What nationality was she?
The mom she flew in from the Philippines.
You know, okay.
Next phase, they prepare for the wedding. They go wedding. I just got to the wedding dress shopping. And then they get to the altar. And the question is, will they say I do? Okay.
And to be
Last season, a girl ran. This is one season, a guy was like, I can't do this. I'm very entertained by this show. It was great.
What is the time frame from the moment they talk to each other in the pods to
It's
maybe
not long.
Is it 3 months? Is it 2 months?
You know what? Maybe 6 weeks.
How do you
That's the problem.
Such a I can't with these reality shows. I just can't.
Well, it's better than Band Monkey.
Well,
Slap the Monkey.
Slap
Casey,
the
can
Monkey.
you do me a favor? That's what the name of this is. Can we title this episode Slap the Monkey? Can you look it up, Slap the Monkey? Because that'd be really
I
funny.
don't know if I want that in my search history.
I had another show I watched.
The 90s slang term was spank the monkey.
oh right,
Spank the Monkey.
Okay, slap spanks. Okay,
Spank the monkey.
There you go.
So
Silent
that's
act
spanking the
primate.
monkey is masturbating.
okay, yes,
Spank the monkey.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, Felicia.
I just
Close.
searched it, so
I
it'll
was
be interesting
close.
to see what my sponsored ads are now.
Okay, we'll find. Keep us posted on that. I watched another show this week, and this might be. Look, I'm all about Love Is Blind. This might be my suggestion of the week. I actually texted my brother; he should watch this. It's called Mr. Throwback.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about
It's
that.
on Peacock. It's only 6 episodes, and they're a half hour each. I started at 8 o'clock. I was done by midnight.
Right.
This
My kind of show.
And I was literally like laughing out loud. It's hilarious. Steph Curry plays himself. Tracy Letts is in it. You know that actor Tracy Letts? You'd recognize him. He's in
I saw him.
everything.
Okay.
Adam Pally is hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
He's so funny. He was a Jewish well-known basketball star whose dad lied to him. His dad is played by Tracy Letts, and he grew up with Steph Curry. Then Steph Curry plays
Curry.
himself,
Right.
right? And Steph Curry says yes to everybody, is so fucking rich. It's so funny. He's like, yeah, take the private jet, take this money. It makes fun of themselves. It's so well done. And I have a feeling that there's going to be another season. Apparently, it's doing very well. I know you don't believe in the ratings or all that shit, but it is in top streaming. It's doing so well, they're going to air it on actual NBC.
Oh.
So that's a big deal.
It can be put on regular TV?
Yes, they've done that with, Tulsa Kings is
Right, yes,
streaming.
it's on
That's on
CBS.
CBS.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
do that one, something is
Good
doing well.
old Stallone, he got something in his old age.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk about Stallone.
No,
I want to talk
okay.
about Steph Curry.
He is cute. He's adorable.
I love his story. I think he's great. You guys, this show is so funny. And this is a great show to watch with your male partner because it's so sports related. In fact, Casey was probably upset. He was at band practice. He came in midway and he was like, what are you watching? I told him. He's like, oh, you didn't wait for me. I was like, if I wait for you, I'll be watching nothing. But Casey, what you saw of it was funny or you fell asleep?
I really like Adam Pally. So
Yeah, Adam Pally.
he's great.
And Adam Pally is married to a girl that I know through camp friends. I actually, I had lunch with Adam Pally when I moved to LA. Nice guy. He's from Livingston, New Jersey.
Oh.
Married his high school sweetheart.
There you go.
Yeah. So I highly recommend this. Also, I saw Industry this week. I fucking love Industry so much. If you haven't done Industry, watch it. I love it. It's spot on. It didn't disappoint. And I feel like I can't really talk about it because Felicia doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I love it. Felicia, I don't think you watched the episode of the New Jersey Housewives there where they rewatched.
Absolutely did.
Why?
Well, because I did see the last episode.
So you were like, let me rewatch it?
and I just, I'm glad none of them are coming back because
We don't know that for sure. Do you need to take a moment to pour your Cosmos?
No.
Can you do it? Pour it into the mic so I could hear it. Yep. ASMR. You know those videos on TikTok where people love the sounds of things.
Yes.
And they pour water and glass into them.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what you get
Well,
from the
I'm
Cosmo
missing
pour.
ice. That's it.
Felicia,
Anyway, it
beggars
doesn't
can't be
matter.
choosers. Casey caught me watching this and he was so confused. He's like, I don't understand. It looks like they're in the same restaurant. I was like,
they are, but in different
They are.
rooms.
I will say this, that fucking table, I was very disappointed. That table had this huge charcuterie on the table
Yes.
that nobody touched. Maybe one person grabbed a piece of prosciutto. You know what that table needed? A beautiful display of flowers from Weil Events. WILE events in New Jersey, if you're there.
Right.
Weil Events did
Yes.
Melissa Gorga's cousin's wedding on the show. You know that, right?
You might have told me, and I don't.
Weil Events should have done the flowers.
I hope they got a little.
I don't know if they
promo
did.
with something.
I don't know, but that table needed flowers instead of charcuterie. The best part of that show, did you see the credits with Jen Fessler playing guitar?
No.
Oh my God. Jen Fessler, the Jewish girl, is like, I picked up guitar and I'm not going to sing a good song, but I wrote a song. And it's just funny. It's like making fun of them. And it was so delightful and so cute. The show was such a fucking waste of our time, right? It was a little bit of a waste of our time.
Yeah.
There's a little cringe.
It was cringe.
It was cringe.
But
Rewatching.
it's all cringe.
But if we got the reunion,
See, I am fan Melissa.
I'm Team Melissa too.
Team.
I'm
She's
Team Melissa, not Team
I can't-
Teresa.
yeah,
I'm not Team Teresa.
She's just.
Sitting next to Jackie, who literally fucking she shouldn't even be friends with right now. Fucking Jackie's affair was literally distributed to the world because of Teresa, and now they're best friends. It's just sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
That's why
Jackie was caught. Teresa looks like an idiot. Jen Aiden is just a mean girl, and that's all they had. And Dolores bounced back and forth.
Right.
And it was painful. It was painful. I don't know
But
where
they
they were
did
going to
say
go
the
from
room
here.
to be in was Melissa's.
Of course, the room to be in was that room with the new girls.
Right. Right.
If there was a reunion, though, you know what we would have gotten?
What?
The husbands.
Oh, well, again,
me
I'll
the men.
shout out to that. The husbands are great.
Oh, you know what was really funny? What I caught from this, when they're watching it, and when Louis says that awful thing, like, I wish harm on Marge's
Yes,
son.
yeah.
And it
And she-
didn't phase Teresa? It didn't phase her? And Dolores is like, what the fuck? He said that? And Teresa's like, what? And they're like, Teresa, this isn't going to go well.
She really is so dumb.
But I
I'm
like that
sorry.
they said to her, like, this isn't going to go
Right,
well.
right,
The
right.
audience is not going to like this.
Right.
And she's like, what? Oh, he'll apologize. He'll apologize. And then their publicist or their whoever wrote an apology, and he
Right.
came out with a statement like, I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
So
Don't bring
goddamn.
kids into it.
That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing that they say. Sorry, my phone's ringing. I was on silent. It was the watch. It's the watch.
Well.
Cut that out.
Nope.
Okay. We did another show this week.
What?
I guess I was home a lot at night this week.
Apparently.
Before Lennon came home. I guess it was before Lennon came home. Yeah.
We just came
Casey's
home
like,
yesterday.
yeah, I know. Casey's like, should I go to yoga? And we had already went to yoga. Okay. And I look at him and go, what do you think if you lay in bed with me and we watch American Murder, Laci Peterson right now, 3 episodes? Let's fucking do it. And we did.
And
So glad I watched it. So glad I watched it. This was a murder from 2002.
Right.
I don't remember the details. Do you remember the deets?
I knew that. I mean, obviously, he claimed he had,
He's still saying he's not guilty.
Well, yeah, I know.
This documentary was so great because her mother's in it, his sister's in it. It's all the family, it's all the friends. It's all the details that I don't recall, okay?
Okay. I'm
So-
sure a lot of people don't recall.
No,
it.
so he has this affair that he fully fucking hides. And they had jurors from the trial. And the jurors are like, look, if a guy has an affair, that doesn't mean he murdered her.
That's
Fine.
true.
But the issue was he is a fucking liar.
Right.
And the hero of this story is the woman he had the affair with, because she came out and she called the cops. She called the cops when he was still calling her. He called her, ready? While he was at a vigil for Laci, a candlelight vigil.
Right.
And he said, I'm in Paris. I'm on by the Eiffel Tower. Sorry, I can't hear you. While he's at his wife's candlelight
Memorial
vigil.
service. Right.
And it puts it all together. She thinks he's lying. She didn't know he was married. So she fully was in the dark about this.
Right.
But she came to the cops and she wore a fucking wire. She got his phone tapped. She's the hero. Then everybody came out saying she made out like people were hating on her, and then she was a witness.
Right.
And she came out on trial.
Right. And told the
she
truth. And told
the
her
truth.
version and her truth.
And that is the reason he was behind bars.
Right.
Now here's what's interesting. Recently, so he was sentenced to the death penalty.
Okay.
But recently, he's still claiming he's not guilty. They overturned the death penalty, okay? But now what's even the March 2024, the Innocence Project took him
right.
on.
Did they take him on?
Yeah, they did, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it.
Either way, he's
This documentary confirms he's a piece of shit.
well,
I wrote
yeah,
that down.
He is a piece. I was going to say douchebag, but piece of shit, same thing.
I know. I wasn't going to call you to tell you to watch this because I know you don't like a murder trial situation.
Yeah, and I do remember.
She was 8 months pregnant.
Yeah,
And
It was
he
very-
fully
it was- yeah.
lied to this woman.
Yeah, it was very upsetting. at the
Very
time,
upsetting.
and I'm sure now. Right.
Her
They just keep
mother.
dredging
Her
all
mother
this
was
shit
like,
up.
her mother was beautiful. She's like, this was 20 years ago.
Yeah, and she
20
and
years
Laci
ago.
was beautiful.
I think she's Craig's age. They were all Craig's
Probably,
age.
yeah.
If you like murder trials, this is the murder mystery true crime doc of the week. It's not really a mystery, but who else would have done it? Who else would have done it? You know? Why you gave me a look up and down?
No, did she fold
You
up
just
the-
stared at me up
No,
and down
did
like
she-
I'm in high school.
No, I was looking at your outfit.
You look at my outfit, this old thing.
Yeah. Anyway,
And she was so nice. Yeah.
you know,
And he just never acted like he was a grieving father/husband who just literally lost a 8-month-old, not 8-month-old,
Well,
8 month in the womb.
yeah.
But it was really. Casey even watched it. Casey, thoughts?
It was good. I mean, it was like the second, murder doc we've seen about Northern Californians, which, was bizarre.
Casey really relates to that.
I know. Do you remember when
The
when it
Gabby
happened?
Petito story was Northern California. This one was Modesto. So,
No, Petito I thought was Florida and Long Island. You're wrong. No, you're talking about Sherry Papini.
Sherry Papini. Sorry.
Gabby
One of
Petito.
the two.
Toy.
Yeah. Wrong.
Gabby Petito was Long Island.
Right. Well, yeah, but it was,
Sherry Papini.
anyway, it was good. It was like
I remember it.
I don't watch enough of these to get burned out on them. So for me, when you threw it on, I get kind of sucked into the story. And
No, but
I enjoy that.
I didn't expect you to be
murder.
like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, yes. I paused Love Is Blind for
looking
that
for a
moment
reason to not have to go to yoga again.
for the second time, and I'm glad. But I did pause Love is Blind for that moment because I thought this is a good thing that we could do as a couple. I
Watching
remember
couples murder each other.
Yeah, I remember. Look, I was in college when this went down, but I don't remember the details, and I remember the fact that he did not do any media, and then he like came out and did a bunch of interviews, and it made him look awful. I remember he was an attractive person.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I can't. He even tried to go on the run. Like there was so many things that I think make
So
him
you're saying
guilty.
his sister who was on
His
it?
sister was
And what
on
did
it. They had in-laws.
Did she say, "Oh, he's innocent"?
No, they never did that, but they were always fighting for him. They just didn't think.
He went as bad.
And what's crazy is that at first her family was supporting him. And then the minute they found out of the affair, they were like, lying piece of shit.
Right,
what else has he lied about?
Right.
What else has he lied about? So
Well, I think they said they had their doubts, but I mean, you think about it, like if your son-in-law, it would take a lot for you to like come to terms with the fact that he murdered her, right?
because you can't believe
You can't believe it.
Can't believe
but
it.
then once the affair started coming
Well,
out,
then
you
you
could.
c- then it kinda
She
seems-
kind of said, "Look, I had my doubts, but I couldn't vocalize it because that's like a big accusation when somebody's missing is to say that."
and you don't
this
want to
guy
believe
murdered.
it.
Exactly, and so that seemed to be the turning point when she
if Casey murders me, I give you
Jesus
permission
Christ.
to 100%.
accuse him.
I think he'll
The
call me
moment
first and
Marni
go,
goes
"Take
missing,
her home.
Casey did it.
Take her out of here. Get her out."
What a week. I will say, I just realized, I'm sorry to our listeners. I did not watch Real Housewives of Orange County yet because my son came home yesterday and it was on last night. And then this morning, instead of doing that, I did Emily in Paris because I assumed you watched Emily in Paris.
And I did.
So I'm sure that
My takeaway of all the things you recommended was just Emily
Shit.
in Paris. Basically everything.
you're
else
right.
was-
So let's do Bye Felicia time.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Marni.
No!
I'll never get it.
Slap the monkey.
Okay.
Is that what it is? Slap the monkey, Casey? Spank. Damn it. August 18th, you're not going to want to watch this. It's a documentary on Max called Chimp Crazy.
Are they can't find anything to put on. What is it about? I mean, obviously I'm assuming it's about monkeys. I mean, what is
It's
it
about a big chimp.
A big chimp.
I think, isn't this the one that murdered somebody? I feel like I forgot. I watched the trailer.
Is that
I
the
forgot
one that he mauled her face?
Maybe
Because-
it's that one. There's a Love Island reunion on that everybody's going to be talking about that I'll probably watch on the 19th because everyone's talking about it. I also have written down, I can't believe this is happening. Casey, check this out. Face to Face on Peacock. Guess who's coming out with an interview? Scott fucking Peterson. That piece of shit. Now he's coming out because of the documentary.
Right.
All right.
Who is giving him all this airtime?
Well, the documentary
It's a separate thing.
Yeah.
I know.
So Peacock.
And I'm
I
sure all
guess.
the news people are jumped on that one.
So on the 20th also, and Casey, I don't know if I could wait for you for this, but Untold is a sports documentary series on Netflix that whenever I watch it's like a one episode. They do like a big story from the history, and I always enjoy them. This one, it premieres on the 20th, but on the 27th, they're doing an episode about the University of Michigan's football team and about the whole sign stealing scandal. So I will be watching that. And then August 21st, Love is Blind is back for the end phase to see if they say I do.
Are you going to talk ever about real shows that are coming back? Like scripted, let's say scripted
Well,
shows.
I can't. Whenever Grey's Anatomy comes back, I'll be discussing that. I heard Ellen Pompey is making a bigger return this coming season. And I'm sorry, what
Does she need
why
her
don't-
money?
Why don't you tell us what's
I
coming
don't know.
back?
Okay, the only show, Zach Quinto.
Yeah.
Love him.
Okay.
He
He was on
is-
Star Trek, right?
Yeah. Well, he's been on a lot. He's on an NBC show, something Beautiful Mind or Brilliant Mind or
Okay.
something like that. And Kathy Bates is on a CBS show called, it was an old show, and they reinvented it for her being a woman.
I feel like
I'm looking forward to that. And unfortunately, I can't remember the name.
Zachary Quinto is Brilliant Minds.
Brilliant Minds,
And
okay.
when is that? Is that a new show that hasn't
Yes.
started yet?
Right. Well, it's going to start in September or October.
All right. So listen to me. When that starts, I will mention that. And
Okay.
maybe I would do a show with you.
Okay.
An episodic, we call that?
Well, it's on, yes.
A
because
weekly.
It's
It's a cable.
week. Yeah. Well, it's NBC.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
cable.
cable. It's not cable.
Right, but it's not streaming.
Oh, right. It's not
You know what I
streaming.
mean? It's like
Right.
basic
It's
cable.
NBC. Basic. I don't even call.
We did talk about this once. He plays Dr. Wolf at NBC. We did discuss this once in the news segment. And then Kathy Bates is in a new show.
Yes, on CBS. And she plays a lawyer. Matlock, which was an old.
I know.
Right.
I know. I don't know if I'm going to do that.
In the promos, she looks fabulous. And I enjoy her.
I love
maybe
that.
because she's a woman either my age, I don't know.
Here's the
age
thing,
is.
Felicia. If you start promoting the podcast
Yes.
in Plainview, I will give you more airtime for these episodics.
No, I'm not happening. I'm not doing it. I'm not sorry.
Someone needs to anonymously post the link to this podcast on
your
the Country
Facebook.
Point Facebook
Maybe Karen
page.
will do that.
Karen.
we gotta bribe Karen.
All right. I
Or
love it.
Ellen.
Ellen would do it. All right. Well, thanks, guys. So listen, we might have some new listeners, and follow me at Marni Jagger. Like us, share us, review us. Yeah, thanks, guys.
The good, bad, and the ugly.
No, not the bad.
Okay. The good and the bad.
No, Mom.
The good and the ugly.
Spank the monkey. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye Felicia, bye Felicia.